okay, for the people who went to Coachella and who have gone to Coachella multiple years, is weekend 1 better or weekend 2 better?
Wait, did Coachella weekend 2 just win? Are artists low-key saving the best parts of Coachella for weekend 2 now?
And to be honest, I think I would like to be a weekend 1 person the rest of like my life because
Is weekend 2 better than weekend 1? Weekend 1 is definitely more for influencer culture, and weekend 2 is for the music.
I think I do want to experience weekend 2 next year.
Yeah. Weekend 2 is cool, but like there's still stuff about weekend 1 that you can't get from weekend 2, and there's stuff from weekend 2 that you cannot get from weekend 1.
Yeah.
I think the weekends really, to me, come down to the main stage performances. I think those 3 performances really dictate what weekend look better. But I think
we got that out the way. I have a burning question because this is the problem that I had and we a lot of people are arguing about it and everything and stuff. So personally, I thought weekend 2 was better. Just for like the surprise guests, the lineups were even a little bit slightly different with actually people that I actually wanted to see, which is crazy because I don't really get to choose. You know, well, you do get to choose weekend 1 or 2, but you don't really know who's going to be on weekend 1 or 2. You assume that it should be the same, but that's what I want to get into. Historically, weekend 1 has always been the more lit weekend.
That's what I heard today.
And then weekend 2 is just kind of like, you know, the rest of the people that couldn't get the weekend 1 tickets, which it doesn't take away from the experience and everything. You still have probably just as much as fun and everything. Maybe they change a little bit, slightly different things, but in my and this would trip me out because had I known that it was like this, I would have got weekend 2 no matter what.
Nah.
But weekend 1, in my opinion, I went to weekend 1. We went to weekend 1. After watching both weekend 1 and weekend 2 was way better. Like as far as who they brought out, the special guests and just the Justin Bieber set, like it was a lot more hyped. He figured it out. He had a little bit more fun. He seemed a little timid the first time when we saw him, but when I saw it a second time on YouTube, he seemed like he was like having more fun, more relaxed. You know, Billie Eilish got up there. He brought out Big Sean, bro. He brought out SZA. You know, like. Damn, bro, who we get for the first one for Justin Bieber? We just got a WizKid and Temps. And then I don't know who Sabrina Carpenter brought out.
The first week?
Yeah.
I don't think she brought nobody.
I don't think she brought out anybody. And then Karol G brought out Becky G.
But this time she brought like J Balvin and all the niggas.
Bro, she brought out Peso Puma.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
Man, I'm so sad. And that's the question is that what's your opinion about this whole weekend 1, 2 thing and how like knowing historically that weekend 1 is always supposed to be like the top.
Like I said, it's both of them got pros and cons. Weekend 1, and forget about you said historically that it's always better. Weekend 1 for me is like if you wait on that energy all weekend, like yo, Coachella about to come up. When it comes, you get that first wave. I like that. I like being there first. I like seeing everything.
Yeah.
It's cool, right? But at the same time, you risk like the performances maybe not being all the way put together or the way that it's ran. So you're like, all right, cool, you had a good time.
Yeah.
Weekend 2, you gonna see it late, but you might get more because it's like they gotta kind of carry the energy onto next week. I personally feel like they needed to because I honestly felt like the performances on weekend 1, I was like, it's straight. Because if you think about it, bro.
It's straight.
No. I had a good time. But remember I told you, we was having a good time just as a conglomerate. All of us.
We were vibing.
Yeah, all of us were vibing together, right?
I got you.
I like the performances, but I was like, I can see this next week on YouTube, right? But what I will say is that if you notice, bro, one thing that we did not have this weekend, and I'm not saying that to be about certain race, we didn't have like a real hip hop night. Young Thug was the closest we got to the main stage. The entire night to me, it was just very
like electronic music, and EDM,
energetic, right?
Yeah, like alternative rock.
Yeah, so
in Coachella's defense, Coachella's always kind of been that like alternative rock, like electronic festival to begin with. Hip hop just kind of made its way into it though, and it's still integrating, but. I would say in the previous years it had more hip hop than electronic music than before.
Yeah,
but for some reason hip hop has been a decline as far as festivals and as far as Coachella goes. But yeah, I agree with you.
I would say that. So we didn't really get that night. So for me, I feel like okay, this is as them as a 3. It was cool. Like Karol G did her thing. I shout out Karol G.
Yeah.
But like I said, that was the one night. I'm like, I know that I'm gonna dance, but I'm gonna say this: the whole weekend 1 versus weekend 2 thing. I like weekend 1 just because it's there. Like I wait for it all year. I'm here. I saw everything. And if I do get too messed up, I still got a whole nother week. Because you know, when we came back from it, we was all depressed, down, and formal, right?
Bro. We had the blues, bro. Even emotional as hell.
Exactly. And I like the option of if I want to go again, I can. But at the same time, I like the option was let me watch this on YouTube to see everything that I missed. And
True, that was awesome.
when you watch it on YouTube on weekend 2, after being there from weekend 1, you
kind of relive it again.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like you can relive it. If I went there on weekend 2, I'd have been like, nigga, that FOMO would have hit me hard.
It would have hit you harder, because it's officially over. Yeah,
the FOMO would hit me from the weekend 1 being at home, like I want to go, and then weekend 2, like after this, I know that it's over.
You know, that's funny because like I did the same thing because like when I watched the videos, I was kind of living vicariously through the people in there. I was just like, man, I remember being there. Shout out to them. I hope they have a great time. You know, it was a good thing, bro.
And I love seeing all my friends that went weekend 2, like, hey, bro, like I see you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was lit. So yeah, and then I even had friends that even went both weekends. So I'm like, me personally, bro, I would say the only thing that made weekend 2 to me better on the main stage only was the effort. Everything else, Sexy Red, it was all the same to me. So I was like, cool. So I think the weekends really, to me, come down to the main stage performances. I think those 3 performances really dictate what weekend look better. But I think if you didn't care for none of them niggas and you was just looking at Major Lasers or David Guetta or DeVito, you didn't care about the main stage like that. Because I think the effort in the main stage, I felt Bieber was the only one that kind of ain't take it serious for week 1. Because it was weird, the whole YouTube thing, but then I'm like, oh, I see what you're doing. Weekend 2, I'm like, oh, this nigga really doing it now.
That's what I'm saying. He relaxed. He seemed like relaxed.
And I'm going to say this, and this might sound corny. I feel like Coachella kind of did some healing on everybody.
Ooh, no. Damn, bro. Yes.
Oh, bro? Oh,
I 100% agree. But I would say, and you're going to be cheesy, think I'm being cheesy with this, but like, shout out to Justin Bieber because I think that's what did.
He needed.
He did. But not only him, but us too.
Oh yeah.
Like I just like me and the fans and everybody. I just felt like, and you were talking about this last time, and maybe you can agree with me. It's just like I just felt with the state of the world right now, and then like all this stuff that we're all trying to survive. We're just grinding, and you know, well, it's about like kind of mid-season of tax season, so a lot of us are trying to like struggle with payments and stuff like that, and work. Don't get me started with work. Work is just grinding you to the bone, and everything is just like. We finally got to have an escape, and I feel like that's why everyone has a good time is just because like we get to escape together from our 9-to-5s or you know whatever's holding us down and everything. So we get to like escape mentally, physically, and you know emotionally, spiritually, and everything. So I just want to say for behalf of everybody. We owe Justin Bieber an apology, bro.
No, listen.
That man has been we grinded, and I'm gonna say everybody, and me included, whatever. But we grinded this kid when he was through the mud, to the dirt. We like, you know, we made fun of him, bro. Like, and he was like, at the end of the day, bro. Like, when I was watching him and everything, and I've seen everybody crying, I was just kind of like looking around, just like. Damn, and you could see him too. A couple of times he was getting choked up, looking at his younger self, singing and everything, and it's just like, at the end of the day, man, like this guy just wanted to sing, bro, and like,
and he said that,
I don't want to put allegations, but like the whole Diddy thing and everything, and the whole Usher thing, and it's just the fact that the allegations even were even said, it's just like it all kind of makes sense. The whole, you know, like we call it conspiracy theory about his song "Yummy." I just feel like he grew up too quick, and the you know the people and the audience and his fans were asking way too much from him as far as a kid. And there's many videos of him getting harassed on TV in front of like in live TV and everything. But let me I just say like I became a believer. I feel like everyone owes him an apology, and I just feel like on that stage, how you just said that we healed. I think we all healed with him together, and you know, and now
you got it.
No. I just feel like we all healed together, and he was timid, but I felt like we were all timid to like enjoy Coachella.
No, but I think that's what I'm saying. I think that's why week 1 with him wasn't great. And I just add what you say. Yes, I think
my bad. I'm gonna cut you off, but let me add one more thing because I want to say this. Yeah. But Friday Coachella was the most chillest nights of all of them. And Saturday and Sunday were more like intense, really into it. But like. Friday, I you know, obviously people do what they do, but like, you know, like I went in there just chill vibes and everything, just kind of want to fill it out to see, like, you know, because I don't want too much like, you know, happening at once. But like, that's the thing though, like you Fridays is just chill and it's very like scary and everything. And I felt like for Justin Bieber too was like that, but we got to experience that with him, man. And grow.
Listen, just what you said. I feel like you said. I feel like everything you said. I feel like everybody needed to heal. And again, I know it sounds corny, but no, like. You said everything they were saying bad about this man. The man went to the Grammys out there with all the no goddamn clothes on, and I felt that was like. I think when he did Friday, he was like, okay, this is. And then the whole thing with the whole laptop and the whole label thing that was on his back.
Lawsuit and
that's why I feel like the energy from that day, he healed us and we healed him too. It's like, yo, I'm still loved. Look at everybody out here for you.
Oh yeah,
nigga, bro. Wife out there. And then week 2, it was like, nigga, where was this guy on last week? So I feel like we all healed. I ain't gonna lie, I came back. I ain't gonna lie, I felt like nigga living in California for the last 10 years I've been living. Yeah, life getting hard. I'm like, when I was there, I came back, I'm like, yo, I feel like I needed that, bro. I felt a little bit like I got like a little like recharge.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes like when you're not, whenever you leave home, you're gonna go back home and get that little recharge and come back and you just like, all right, I remember where like I came from.
And then like where you come back home, everything looks unfamiliar.
Yeah, but with Bieber, I felt like that's how he was like, okay, bro, like I've been on the stage, I kind of fell off for a while, now I'm back. Like I got this little recharge, y'all. When I came back to San Diego, after I got off of my FOMO, all that stuff, bro, I was like, yo, I needed that energy. That was the best thing. I'm glad that I even live here, that I could even access that motherfucker, dog. That's what I say. If you ain't been, next year you better go.
I just say to everybody that either obviously born and raised in California or that moved to California, experience a Coachella. Just dive deep into the ocean and just drown into the festival and stop having reservations and stop judging people because they go and everything and just experience. And then if you go and you don't like it, because you experience it for yourself, then I can't blame you for talking shit after that. Because you know, like, that festival is amazing and I love it, but I can see that it might not be for everyone and stuff. But